Our other big story this morning is the floods. And this morning, parts of the bi-states are still underwater. Whole towns have been told to get out as levees just aren't able to hold back the rising floods. Abby Larico is live in Lincoln County, where they are bracing themselves for another day of watching that water level. Abby, I feel for them. What is the situation there right now?
Well, the situation changes based on where you are, quite literally between a couple feet here or there. So right now we are standing on top of the levee in Old Monroe. So you'll see the part of the levee wall that just actually goes through the middle of that building. That's what they have to do to keep this water back. And when I say this water, I mean a whole lot of water, because look at just what's happening on the other side of this levee wall. I could reach out and touch that water if I wanted to. And the thing is, it's not even crested yet. It's at more than 38 feet. It's expected to inch up a little bit later today, around noon or so. It's supposed to hit its crest at 38.5 feet. But look over here where you can see just a car sitting there underwater like that, and then just so much else underneath this water that hasn't been able to be seen or recovered for quite some time. But the nice thing is, here in Old Monroe, they are confident that this levee is going to continue doing its job, but just a few miles up that direction, they are not so sure. Because take a look at this video that we have from yesterday, when water was just overtaking that levee, the Pin Oak levee that protects Winfield and Foley. The structure it's meant to keep people dry just cannot anymore. And part of it is because of debris that piled up from all the different storms, and part of it was due to structural issues. This is the highest the water has been there since that famous flood of 1993. I talked to the fire chief here in Old Monroe this morning. He says that the levee breaching in multiple places, as it has, can actually help water levels elsewhere and can help prevent some overall damage, but not much, because really it's still more bad than good.
I mean, the rivers are super high. Water's been on these levees since April. So that's a long time, for water to sit on levees. So, everybody's concerned at this point, just because the water's so high and it's been here for a while, and it's gonna be here for a while.
And here's the other thing: a lot of people who don't deal with flooding like this in their daily lives think, okay, the crest comes and then we're fine, right? Well, here's the thing: right when this crest comes, more rain is in the forecast for later this week. So it is just going to be another week of holding their breath here in Lincoln County. Now, coming up at 6:30, we're going to take you on another tour here in some of the most hard-hit areas in Lincoln County, including a town that has been evacuated. But for now, I'll send it back to you guys in studio.
Have the people in Old Monroe, have they evacuated, or are they still there?
They are still here, Kelly. People, even in the towns that are being evacuated, it is a suggested evacuation, but emergency officials around here are saying, look, people who are just kind of driving through and coming to check things out really should try to stay out and let them do their job. So at this point, Old Monroe, they do think they should be okay, luckily. Okay,
well, fingers crossed for them. All right, Abby, we'll check in with you a little later. At 6:07, places in St. Charles County are under a voluntary evacuation order. Portage de Sioux, West Alton, and Orchard Farm are all under an evacuation order. Police are asking people not to enter those towns because the conditions are unsafe.